Be me, 28F Senior Vet Tech at High Volume Animal Shelter, located in Rust Belt City with too many strays and not enough funding. Place smells like bleach and despair permanently. Concrete floors echoing with barking from 300 cages. Staff turnover is insane. Most volunteers quit after 1 week when they realize it's not cuddling puppies all day. It's cleaning diarrhea and making hard choices about euthanasia space. Enter Elias, new hire for the Behavioral Rehabilitation Wing. Guy is a mountain of a human being. 6'4", beard like a lumberjack, arms covered in tattoos. Looks like he plays bass in a death metal band. Actually, the softest soul I have ever met in my life. Specializes in red zone cases. Dogs that have bitten people. Dogs from fighting rings. Dogs that other shelters would put down immediately without blinking. Elias walks into the kennel block, and the noise level drops instantly. He has this energy, calm, assertive, completely grounded. Watch him work with a cane corso named Buster. Buster sent 2 people to the ER last week. Elias just sits in the kennel with his back to the dog, reading a book aloud softly. Does this for 3 hours straight. Buster goes from lunging at the bars to laying head on Elias's lap. I'm watching on the security monitor in awe. We haven't had a behavioral specialist this good in a decade. Elias never raises his voice, never uses shock collars, never uses fear, just infinite patience and treats. He brings homemade jerky for the dogs, pays for it out of his own minimum wage paycheck, tells me he grew up in foster care, says he knows what it feels like to be locked up and misunderstood, says everyone deserves one person who doesn't give up on them. Fast forward 6 months. Shelter euthanasia rate for behavioral cases drops 40%. We are adopting out dogs that were considered unfixable. Elias is a hero to the staff. We call him the dog whisperer behind his back. Then comes the new board member. Let's call her Jessica. Wealthy suburbanite with 0 animal handling experience. Donated a new wing to the building so she gets a say in operations. She runs a lifestyle blog and treats the shelter like her personal content farm. Shows up in designer clothes to take selfies with the sad puppies. Gets in the way constantly. One Tuesday afternoon, Elias is working with a new intake, Rottweiler mix named Tank. Tank was abused severely, beaten with pipes, terrified of sticks, brooms, anything long. Also terrified of eye contact. Elias is doing exposure therapy in the outdoor play yard. He has a slip lead on Tank. Tank panics because a maintenance worker walked by with a mop. Dog goes into fight or flight mode immediately. Starts thrashing, alligator rolling, snapping jaws. Dangerous situation. Elias knows exactly what to do. He doesn't let go of the leash. He shortens the lead to keep Tank from hurting himself or others. He uses his body weight to pin the dog's hips against the fence gently, not hurting him, just restricting movement to stop the panic spiral. He's talking low and slow. Easy, buddy. I got you. You're safe. It looks intense if you don't know what you're looking at. 100-pound dog screaming and thrashing. Large, tattooed man holding it down. Jessica walks onto the balcony overlooking the yard. Phone out immediately. She doesn't ask what's happening. She doesn't call for a vet. She starts live streaming. I'm in the clinic and I hear the shouting. Run outside. Jessica is screaming over the railing. Get off him, you brute. You're hurting him. Stop abusing that animal. Her screaming makes Tank freak out more. Elias looks up, distracted. Tank snaps and catches Elias's forearm. Blood starts dripping instantly. Elias doesn't strike the dog. He doesn't yell. He maintains the hold until Tank tires out. Finally gets the dog back into the kennel safely. Elias is bleeding heavily. I rush over with the first aid kit. Jessica is already in the director's office showing the video. She edited it. Cut out the part where the dog panicked first. Cut out the maintenance man with the mop. Starts the video right when Elias pins the dog. Captions it. Staff brutality at sanctuary. Look at this monster crushing a helpless dog. Director is weak-willed. Terrified of bad PR. Terrified of losing Jessica's funding. Elias is bandaging his own arm in the break room. Director walks in. You're suspended pending investigation. Elias tries to explain, "It was a redirected aggression response. I was keeping him from strangling himself on the lead." Director won't listen. Video is already on Instagram. 5,000 views in 10 minutes. Comments are rolling in. Fire him. Kill him. I hope someone does that to him. Look at his tattoos. He's obviously a thug. Why is a man like that allowed around vulnerable animals? I tried to intervene. I explained the protocol. I explained Tank's history. I explain Elias is the only reason Tank isn't dead yet. Jessica tells me to shut up or I'm next. Says I'm enabling an abuser. Says women always cover for violent men. By 5 p.m., the video has gone viral locally. News vans are in the parking lot. Headline: Torture at the shelter. Elias is fired via email that night. No hearing. No review of security footage which would show the truth. Just immediate termination to appease the mob. Tank is scheduled for euthanasia the next morning, deemed too volatile without his handler. Also, the board wants to destroy the evidence of the incident. I sneak in early to say goodbye to Tank. Dog is shaking in the corner. He looks for Elias, whines when he sees it's just me. I cry while I push the plunger. Tank dies because a rich woman wanted likes on Instagram. Elias is destroyed. His name is mud in the animal care community. Every shelter in the state has seen the video. He gets death threats on his personal Facebook. Someone bricks his car window. He has to move apartments because people posted his address. I meet him for coffee 2 weeks later. He looks 10 years older, shoulders slumped. Light in his eyes is gone completely. Says he's applying for warehouse jobs, moving boxes, no living things. Says he can't risk it again. I tell him, we need him. The shelter is falling apart without him. 3 red zone dogs put down this week already. Staff getting bitten left and right because they don't know the signs. He shakes his head. Can't do it. Showed me the comments on the video. People calling him a sadist. People saying he probably beats his wife. He doesn't even have a wife. Says he almost believed them after reading it 500 times. Maybe I am too rough. Maybe I am a monster. Gaslighted by the internet into hating himself. A month later, I'm at a dog park with my own lab. See Elias sitting on a bench outside the fence, just watching. He's wearing a hoodie, hood up, hiding. A fight breaks out in the park. 2 huskies go at it. Owners are screaming, useless. One owner tries to grab a collar and gets bit. It's chaos. Blood, fur flying. Old Elias would have been over that fence in 2 seconds, would have separated them safely, would have calmed everyone down. I look at Elias on the bench. He flinches. His muscles tense up like he's about to spring. Then he looks at his phone, looks at the people holding up cell phones recording the dog fight. He relaxes his posture, puts his hands in his pockets, stands up and walks away. He lets the dogs tear each other apart. One husky needs 20 stitches. The other loses an ear. Police come. Report filed. I catch up to Elias in the parking lot. Why didn't you help? I ask him, knowing the answer. He looks at me with dead eyes. Not my job anymore. If I touched those dogs, they'd say I started it. They'd say I used excessive force separating them. Better let them kill each other than be called an abuser again. He gets in his beat-up sedan and drives off. Back at the shelter, morale is at 0. Jessica is now board president. She banned all bully breeds from the shelter. Any pit mix is turned away or euthanized on arrival. Says it's for safety. Says we are a family-friendly facility now. Adoption rates plummet because we only have chihuahuas and old hounds. Donations drop because the real animal lovers see through the charade. I quit 3 months later. Can't stand the hypocrisy. Can't stand walking past the empty kennels where Elias used to work miracles. I work at a private clinic now. Safe, sterile, boring. Saw Elias yesterday at the grocery store, stocking shelves, wearing a name tag that says trainee. We made eye contact. He looked right through me, like he didn't know me, or didn't want to know me, didn't want to be reminded of the life he had, the lives he saved. I checked the Sanctuary's Facebook page. Jessica posting a selfie with a golden retriever puppy. Caption, saving lives every day. #blessed #animal lover. Comments are all heart emojis. Nobody remembers Tank. Nobody remembers Buster. Nobody remembers the man who gave up everything to help them. Society decided a 30-second out-of-context video was worth more than a career, worth more than the truth. Now the dangerous dogs just die, but at least nobody is offended on the internet. At least the optics are clean. I think about Elias's hands. Hands that could calm a 120-pound mastiff with a touch. Now opening cardboard boxes of cereal. Wasted potential. Tragedy isn't loud. It's quiet. It's a good man walking away when he could have helped. Because we taught him that helping is a liability. Because we taught him that being a man in a caregiving role makes him a target. I see a stray dog on my way home. Matted fur. Limping. I hesitate. I have a license. I have training. But I think about Jessica. I think about the cameras. I keep driving. Better safe than sorry. That's the world we live in now. Everything is perfect. Everything is dying. The end.